Now, I think the crime, education, COVID, the economic climate, all those very, very important. We have seen the migration. It has been unmistakable. But the question that a lot of Floridians are asking is, what is that going to mean in terms of the election? Because I got elected in 2018 by 32,000 votes, about a half a percentage point. And I had to make the decision going into office. A lot of people counseled me to trim my sails. They counseled me to not rock the boat. It's a closely divided state. For the decade leading into my election, all the major races, governor, president, were decided by 1 percentage point. Be careful, people would say. I rejected that advice. My view was that I may have earned 50% of the vote, but I earned 100% of the executive power, and I intended to use it to advance the best interests of Florida and to advance our common agenda. We did that without consulting polls. I never looked at a single poll my entire time as governor. A leader is not captive to polls. A leader will help shape and lead the public's opinion. If they see you put out a vision, if they see you execute on that vision and produce good results, the people will follow. And I made that bet that those 32,000 votes, if I was bold, I wouldn't get fewer votes. I'd end up expanding my base of support. But to do that, we understood that we had to have good personnel working in the administration. I laid down the law very clearly. If you have any other agenda but the best interests of the people of Florida and supporting what we were elected to do, pack your bags and leave, because we're not going to tolerate that. And we had to do some stuff early on, but I can tell you in 4 years, you didn't see our administration leaking like a sieve. You didn't see a lot of drama or palace intrigue. What you saw was surgical precision execution, day after day after day. And because we did that, we beat the left day after day after day. And part of that was I said, I'm going on offense on all these issues. I'm not just going to sit around and hope things happen for me, hope I'm able to do good. You know, a lot of elected officials don't like to make decisions. They don't want to get their hands dirty. If they could just stay out of it, because anytime you make a decision, some people like it, some people don't, so they'd rather just float above. I sat down at my desk the first day as governor over 4 years ago. I looked around the office and I said, I don't know who's going to succeed me here, but they are not going to have very much to do because I'm not leaving any meat on that bone. I am going to take care of all the business that I possibly can. And so that was what we did. And the result was we went from winning by 32,000 votes in 2018 to winning by over 1.5 million votes in 2022. We earned the largest percentage of the vote that any Republican governor candidate received in Florida history. Our 1.5 million vote margin was by far the largest raw vote margin in any governor's race in Florida history. We won independents by 18%. We won Hispanics we won over 60% of the Hispanic vote. We won the women's vote. And we won Hispanics partially because we didn't do any pandering. We treated everybody as an individual and as a fellow American, and that is what they responded to, not being put into a box. We won 62 of 67 counties, including flipping Democrat stronghold counties like Miami-Dade to red, and we won Miami-Dade by double digits. We also, for the first time in almost 40 years, flipped Palm Beach County red, which nobody thought was possible. And so what it shows is two things. One, the migration that we had, people were worried about a 32,000 vote margin being overwhelmed with people coming from liberal states and then voting the way the liberal governments operated. I think it was just the opposite. I think we were drawing people who were very sensitive to the state governments they lived under, and they were coming because they believed that we were the free state of Florida and they wanted to be a part of the free state of Florida. But the other lesson is boldness is something that voters reward. if they see you out there willing to lead, if they see you and they know where you stand, and people in Florida, even probably my toughest critics, would acknowledge, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I do it. I don't waffle, I get it done. And so the lesson is swing for the fences. You will be rewarded. Don't worry about the polls. Don't worry about the daily news cycle. And for Pete's sake, don't worry about the media, what they say. Do what is right, and the voters will reward you. So I'm proud of what we've done. I think we've gotten it right on all the key issues, and I think these liberal states have gotten it wrong.